Hello, this is Robert Kiyosaki, and I'm giving you a sales pitch on my upcoming 3-day workshop, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, here in Scottsdale, Arizona. The price is $5,000, but there's discounts for special people. So if you think you're a special person, call in and find out. And the 3-day course is on how to raise capital. It is the #1 skill of an entrepreneur, but in this financial markets, it's probably the most important subject of the day. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. You may or may not have received our brochure on it. It's how to raise capital. And if you haven't, then as part of this promo, we will show you how to download it so you can take a look at it, because I'll be talking about this brochure right now. So what makes how to raise capital different is very simple, is because most people, when they want to become an entrepreneur, they go from E to S. They start a small business. And this is not for people who want to start small businesses. If you want to start a small business, you get an SBA loan. But this is for people who want to learn to be big business owners or investors. And that's what Rich Dad focuses on. So very simply, even if you're not interested in this course personally, let me give you an idea why you might want to attend. Because today, in this world, in this financial crisis, with unemployment going up, more and more people are going to be looking to start their own businesses. So even if you're in good shape, you may want to consider attending, so at least you can help some of your friends who are looking or doing their best or scrambling to, because if they lost their job or they know they're going to lose their job, they need to move on. Most people go over here and then they get trapped. This is a tough, you can get rich here, but it's a tough position. So it's very different over here. So even if you may not be looking to raise capital, maybe a friend or a loved one or a family member might need to know how to. So a couple of years down the road, you can be able to support them. So let me tell you about this and what makes this course, How to Raise Capital, very, very different. Is if you have this brochure, and again, if you haven't received it, go online. The secret to raising capital is design a well-designed business. And what I have here on this thing is one of my first major businesses. It was a surfer wallet. There was a shoe pocket here. This wallet here I designed for Boy George of Culture Club. I also designed products for Duran Duran, The Police, Iron Maiden, and Van Halen. But this was a well-designed product, but I didn't have a well-designed business. And that's the difference. On this side, they're always running out of money. And on this side, you have to learn to design a company that raises capital. So in here, you can read the story of how I went to ask my rich dad for $100,000. And he went nuts. He says, why would I invest in a good product when I only invest in well-designed businesses? So it was a very painful lesson. I didn't talk to him for a number of years. I thought he was a jerk. But anyway, he was really teaching me a lot. So he finally started teaching me how to design a business to raise capital. So when you turn the page here, this is a business some of you are more familiar with. This is the Rich Dad Company. This is a product Kim and I designed. It was a cash flow board game, and this is the Rich Dad book. And this is the timeline of what Kim and I did to develop this business. We designed this business. And so the beauty of a well-designed business is it raises capital all the time. Like when I had the wallet business, I was always out hitting the markets trying to raise money. But by designing a well-designed business like the Rich Dad Company, and it's getting better, it's a good company, but it raises capital automatically. So even if you're not planning to attend, maybe you know somebody who needs to learn this skill, because they're soon going to be out of work or they're building a company. So there's a very big difference between designing a business for this side and this side. This is the biggest difference of all. Most investors do not invest here. This is too small. It's not well designed. It's undercapitalized. They'll always run out of money. Chance of failure is high. But most investors like to invest here. That's the very big difference. So like I said, if you haven't received this brochure, How to Raise Capital, go to this. We'll have a cryon down below so you can figure out how to download it. And you can read about how then we developed the Rich Dad Company. And here I am on the Larry King Show, which is raising capital also. But this offends some people. This is one of my claim to fames. In the 70s, I made Playboy magazine. I didn't make Playboy, but my product did. I mean, I didn't ask them to put me in there, but they put my product in there. They had a naked woman in there, which as a young guy I kind of liked. And I heard some people go, oh, how can you put Playboy in there? Well, if you don't know that Playboy exists and it offends you, then maybe you're not ready for the real world, because this is the real world here. So anyway, Playboy, we made Playboy, and we really took this product line off. But even making Playboy, we still couldn't raise enough capital. It made the problem worse going into Playboy and Runner's World and Sports Afield and all that. So here I am, the better designed business. So basically, it's not so much about the product. It's not so much about anything else, but really designing a business, but also to gain the skills to design a business. So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but I will share with you as well as my other advisors. I have other people coming who will be sharing how they take companies public through initial public offerings, how people do creative financing for real estate. I have a banker showing up. We have people who are securities experts will show you how to not make the mistakes many people do when they're putting a offering memorandum together. So this is a very professional world here. If you make a mistake, you go to jail. It's very simple there. So you will learn the professional way to do it. But this is the best part about it, is that for those of you who are real estate investors, of course, we'll be teaching you how to raise capital for real estate. But once Kim and I built the Rich Dad Company, we were throwing off so much cash that Kim started to buy larger projects. So for those of you who are real estate people and maybe not that interested in raising capital to start a business, this is a very important 3-day seminar, because you'll learn how to raise capital. Now the reason I'm kind of laughing is this is my partner, Kim and I's partner, this is Ken McElroy, and that's myself there, and these are the photographs. Again, this is downloadable. But the thing that is really laughable today is so many people want to get into investing in real estate or starting a business. The irony of it is today, there is so much money. Some of my friends are raising $100, $200 million for their projects. There is so much capital out there. And the problem is, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're seeing the world through these eyes here, they don't want to look at you. This is a small business loan. This is a bank loan. Raising capital is a different world. So the reason I always chuckle when I hear somebody say, "Oh, I don't have any money," The reason is they don't have the skills to design a business that investors invest in. So just yesterday was April 6th, I believe, I was meeting with Ken and we're designing another investment company. And the irony of it is so easy to raise millions of dollars, but the money only comes in from investors if you have a well-designed entrepreneurial business or a well-designed real estate business. So Ken and I were just cracking up yesterday, kind of laughing about it, because there's literally millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars looking for an investment. But if you don't have the skills, if you don't know how to design a good company, and if you don't know how the real estate business works, then you're always struggling trying to go to the banker for a loan. So I believe this product, this 3-day, May 1st, 2nd, 3rd in Phoenix, Arizona, is one of the most important seminars anybody can come to if you want to be an entrepreneur that starts a business, or if you want to be an entrepreneur that starts a professional investment company in real estate, because that's what the 3-day will focus on. Again, I just crack up. I mean, I can't believe people are desperate for money when there's so much money out there. There's a lot of capital, but not much credit. So the interesting thing about Kenny and myself is we're looking to start another company. We're going to design a business, and already we have people want to invest in it. They want to give us millions of dollars. It is that easy. But the secret is, again, a well-designed business. So I designed this business around 1975. We had a great product, bad business. This is a better product, better business, and ultimately what it does allows us to buy more real estate. So that's what the 3-day will cover. Again, it's May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, Phoenix, Arizona. It's how to raise capital. It's the number one skill of an entrepreneur. So whether or not you're an entrepreneur or not, let's say you're still an employee, but you want to learn to do this, please come. We'll make the subject matter easy enough for you to understand. It's highly participatory. We'll have experts. These guys are my real partners coming to tell you exactly how they do it. So it's a fantastic program. It's only 3 days, and it's 1, 2, and 3. There are discounts. You know, if you've done a 3-day with me before, you're in good luck because you get a discount. If you're a Rich Dad Insider, you get a discount also. And if you sign up early, you get a discount. So anyway, that's basically the idea. The irony of it is, in today's world, this is the #1 thing. People are going broke because they can't raise capital. So when they say, well, I have something else to do, I don't think there's anything more important a person can learn at this time, because the economy is moving on. It's not coming back. So that's what it's about. If you need more information, just download this, and I think it'll give you more clarity. Okay, thank you very much, and that's my tip of the day. If you have a well-designed business, it's really easy to raise capital. And today, there's more money than ever before looking for a home. Thank you.